Hello everyone, how are you doing? Today an Affinity Designer video. Recently for a project I needed the smiley icon from iOS. After doing a quick search I was not able to find any vector version of it. Let me rephrase that, any good version of it. So I decided to recreate it myself. Initially I thought this was going to be a piece of cake. Come on, let's be honest, how difficult can a smiley be? Well, it turned out to take a little bit more time than I initially expected. The level of detail on the iOS emojis is really extraordinary. Respect to the designers. Let's get started and share with you the steps involved to recreate an iOS smiley. On the left, I have an enlarged bitmap of the smiley. Let's start simple by adding a circle. I will draw on top of it to get the size and move to the left. Now the color. This is where it gets interesting. The apple emoji is a combination of color gradients. Let me first start with a base elliptical gradient. I'm going to copy the colors from the pixel version. The gradient on the original is not linear, so I will need to add some additional color points. As the top side of the emoji contains a shine, I will pick colors mostly from the bottom side. If we look closely, the original gradient moves in two phases. The border phase, which is a darker color, and the overall phase. I will try to recreate it as good as possible. I think I have a good base now. Now, my gradient is quite linear towards the center. And if you look closely at the original emoji, the gradient moves more towards the top. To get the same effect, I will add some additional circles on top of the current circle. The idea is to blur these circles and use them with lightning blend modes. When I apply the blur, you can see I'm getting closer to the original emoji. One problem I will fix is that the blur extends our main circle. Simple way of solving this is to group these three circles and apply the original circle as a clipping mask. Wonderful. So, one thing that is still not 100% is the top. In the original, you see that there's a very nice gradual border gradient. I will fine-tune the clipping mask and the circles to get a little bit more back from the original border. Okay, not perfect, but let's first move on with the glow on top, which also creates a nice contrast with the top border. This is actually an easy one. A circle with a linear gradient with 100% opacity to 0% opacity until the center will definitely do the job. Perfect, except for the top part of the circle. Let me try to fix that. I will duplicate the original circle and move it below the shine. By doing this, I will lose the dynamic gradient. To get it back, I will adjust the blend range to only include the dark parts from the new circle, as I'm interested in getting the border area back. Pretty awesome. Maybe a little bit of tweaking on the gradient to make it blend better. Pretty amazing. It's time for the eyes and the mouth. Looking at them, they are a little less challenging. I will draw an ellipse and move it to the correct position. By using the effects, I'm able to recreate the effect on the eyes. First, I need an outer shine on the bottom, which can be achieved by using an outer shadow. By changing the blend mode to lighten and using white, it will become a shine instead of a shadow. Secondly, we will need an inner shadow, as the eyes have shadow inside them. Done. If we duplicate the eye and position it, we're almost done. Final element is the mouth. I will draw it by combining two circles. If I subtract the top one, we get the shape of the mouth. Let's clean up the top subtracted area and adjust the mouth so we don't get a Joker smiley. Let me move it to the correct position, paste the effects from the eye and adjust them so the effect will fit with the mouth, and I'm done. It took a little bit of time, but I think the end result is pretty awesome. And again, kudos for the design team of Apple. The amount of detail in a simple smiley is just super cool, and I had much fun in recreating it. If you have any other suggestions for recreation of other challenging designs or icons, just let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching.